I'm a left-handed designer, and I think that's why HUION wanted to send me this Inspiroi Dial 2, the brand new drawing tablet, graphic tablet. They say thanks to its symmetrical design, both left and right hand users, creatives can use it, and I'm gonna test it now to give you my honest review on this. How about a quick unboxing first? Alright, let's start with what's in the box. It's a minimal layout. Of course, we have the user manual. Then we have the pen, and I already have a HUION pen from the Canvas 13. Let's see if they are totally the same. And seems like they are same. I really like it's lightweight and you can easily control it without getting tired or anything. Then we have the sweet HUION donut. Inside we have different nibs, one with more texture, one is the standard one. And we have the removing ring in the middle. And here we have the cable from USB-C to USB-A. But I think I'm gonna use my USB-C to C cable from my other tablet again. And this is the back of the box. Let's see how the tablet feels. Let's unwrap it. It's quite lightweight and a nice minimal design. HUION made it symmetrical because before they had another model, Dial 1, and it was not so friendly for left-hand users. So this one is symmetrical and both left and right-hand users can easily use. And these dials are definitely satisfying. They have nice haptic feedback. Alright, let's unplug my HUION 13 Canvas and I'm gonna plug the Inspiroi Dial 2. I will use the stand, which is sold separately, and you can see all the links for these products in the description. It's not a must, but I think it will be more ergonomic used this way. First, I'm gonna connect the cable and install the drivers, and after charging the tablet a little bit, I will test the Bluetooth performance as well. Before I start to sketch a car and go more in-depth review of the tablet, I wanna do a couple of settings. On the HUION tablet app, I see two different displays. One is from my laptop and second one is the external display. I'm gonna pick which one I wanna use, and then I'm gonna select rotate 180 degrees. This is the part you will see the benefits of symmetrical design, because when you rotate it 180 degrees, the dials and the buttons will go to the right side, so you can use the tablet with left hand. But if you are right-handed, don't bother, it will be by default set up for you. Also for the pen, I will change some settings because I like one of the buttons as right click and the other one to change the brush size on Photoshop, which is Alt and the right click on the mouse. Alright, this will be my first time using this tablet, and it's been actually a while that I didn't use a tablet without display, without the screen. So I'm curious how it will feel, and let's sketch some cars. I need some time to get used to drawing without seeing the display directly in front of me. I mean, I see the display in front of me, but it's an external monitor. What I mean by is, if you are new to this tablet, there's another type, like the HUION Canvas 13 that I generally use. It has its own display, so you directly work on it. So at the beginning, drawing on a pen tablet without display and watching your monitor can be a little bit challenging, but you get used to it quickly. Another thing is, I have my external keyboard, and for years I use my external keyboard because I really like the shortcuts and I use more than the buttons we have on the tablets generally. On Inspiroi Dial 2 we have 6 buttons plus 2 dials, so we can specify them as 8 buttons, let's say. It is totally enough for the basic ones like the brush, eraser, zoom in, rotation, the space for panning or Ctrl Z, and this type of basics. However, I generally use shortcuts like G for the paint bucket on Photoshop, or Ctrl Shift N for the new layer, or Ctrl E for the merge, or P for the pen tool, etc. So for the detailed works, I prefer still using my keyboard because I can just use it without looking at it, and it's kind of a habit that I developed for years. Other than that, for quick sketching without detailed colors or detailed workflow, these buttons and the dials are definitely handy. I especially like the dials because they feel really satisfying to zoom in and zoom out, and I really like this manual feedback, this mechanical steps on it. And the size of tablet is good enough for me. Also, when I sketch on paper, I use A4 size of paper or even smaller sometimes, so it's totally good enough. And if I compare it with my Canvas 13, which I use regularly, they're quite similar. Here we can see them side by side. By the way, I would also love to test some bigger display tablets from HUION, so if they send it to me, it would be great. Let's talk about ergonomic seating because it's a very important point as well. On the display tablets, especially on the small ones, you have to look down to your desk. Even if you have the stand with some certain angle, you generally look down, which can cause some neck problems. But on the pen tablets like Inspiro Dial 2, you can look right in front of you while sketching. So actually ergonomically these tablets without displays can be more healthy. I have colleagues who would prefer pen tablets over display tablets for this reason. Also, you have a bigger monitor in front of you so you can see more details. Most of the time I use the stand on certain angles for my display tablet, but it can be useful for this tablet as well. By the way, I already unplugged the cable and I'm using the Bluetooth right now, and I can say it is quick on responses and I didn't experience a delay. I didn't test how long the battery goes on Bluetooth, but their website says it goes 18 hours and it is pretty good performance in my opinion. And I like the feeling of the surface. It's not like directly working on super slippery plastic. It feels nice and natural for me. But still, when I'm going further with the sketch, I feel like it affects my workflow a little bit, because with Canvas 13, which has the display, I would use more freehand workflow, let's say. On Inspiro Dial 2, I feel I need to use a little bit more pen tool or some other modifier tools to have more control over. Because on freehand, I don't feel that much control yet. Maybe after using it for a long time, you can get used to this feeling better. But for me, it's not like exactly drawing on the display. Also, if we make a small comparison between Canvas 13, it is $219, while Inspiro Dial 2 is $159 right now when I'm checking their website. So if this is not a big difference for you, I might go with the display one, because for me it has more advantages on the detailed works, as I say. However, if you are more mobile, Inspiro Dial is also very compact and you can use without cable, which is a good advantage. I like both tablets and I use time to time both of them, and deciding between them would be a little bit personal decision in my opinion. By the way, these are two sketches I did by using while reviewing this tablet, and I hope you like them. If you are curious, I use Adobe Photoshop for digital drawings, and if you want to learn how to sketch like me, you can check out my website for my Photoshop course. Also, you might want to see my review on HUION Canvas 13 display tablet, and you can watch it right here.